Legend of the Bayou is a 1976 American horror film directed by Tobe Hooper and written by Kim Henkel, Alvin L. Fast, and Marty Rustam. The film follows Judd, the owner of a small motel, a motel with one hell of an attraction, an African gator. As people come to stay at the motel, it's soon revealed they will never leave. Following on, 2 years after his work on Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Tobe would work again with co-writer Kim Henkel to make this film. While the Texas Chainsaw Massacre saw mixed reviews upon its launch, this film was largely panned. It would go on to not only gain a cult following, but it would also contribute to helping Hooper advance in his career, allowing him to finally direct his first major studio film, The Funhouse, in 1981. Well, sounds like this review could go either way, so let's check in and feed that gator. This is Legend of the Bayou. Or Eaten Alive. Well, the only thing being eaten right now is sausage, specifically Buck's sausage, being eaten by Clara. Anally.
Name's Buck. I'm raring to fuck.
Huh. So this is where Tarantino got it from, I think. Is this a common phrase? I've only heard it like 3 times. Anyways, this is Buck, played by Robert Englund, of Freddy Krueger fame. The horror is Clara, played by Roberta Collins. She clearly didn't read the job requirement, as pains located in the ass are a common occurrence. Well, take this advice from this character we'll never see again, and head over to the motel down the street. Also, yes, the madam of the brothel is Carolyn Jones, from the Addams Family. Well, this place looks up to standards, though I don't think the owner needs to fake the automatic door. This introduces us to Judd, played by Neville Brand. Apparently, he was a big help in making the character with Hooper, declaring he understood what he was doing exactly. And what exactly is he doing?
No. Over here. Here. Yeah, okay.
Being one creepy motherfucker. He also introduces us to the co-star. While he recounts joyfully about the crocodile and its eating capabilities, he realizes there's a hoe in this house. My name is Judd, and I like to fud. Nah, that doesn't work. Well, their struggle turns into a tumble, which sees Clara managing to escape, somewhat because Judd is here, and he's not going to rape, he's going to rake. With her on the edge of death, he panics before realizing, it's feeding time. Well, with that done, he chills upstairs and the sky turns red. Finally, we see the gator, too.
Round, tumble down, standing round in the rain.
Well, just like a horror film, a motel needs bodies, so here comes Faye, played by Marilyn Burns, her husband Roy, played by William Finley, and their daughter, Angie, played by Kyle Richards, who you may recognize from Little House on the Prairie. From the prairie to the swamps. Let's hope Minnie Yeller there makes it to the end. While they get settled in, who should appear but Buck? He comes and goes quick enough, and... Hey, where's the dog?
Angie!
Well, that's one way to scar a child.
Is she alright, honey?
Do you expect?
Well, the child is unresponsive, the mother is pill-popping, and the father is having a panic attack. Seems like, honestly, mostly rational reactions. Except that. I don't know what the hell that is. Well, now seems like a good time to add in another character. This is Harvey Wood and his daughter Libby, being played by Mel Ferrer and Christine Sinclair. They're on the search for Clara, and with nothing discovered here, they head into the town to meet with the sheriff. Their adventure then takes them to the brothel, where for some reason the madam lies. I honestly don't know why she did that.
Now, Mr. Woods believes that you're acquainted with his daughter.
Never saw her before in my life.
While this is going on, how are things back at the motel? Red sky at any time of day means some bitch is gonna die. Oh look, Judd has a scythe. Well, if this was Fortnite, old Judd here would be doing a silly little dance. He kinda does. But before he can deliver the final stroke, the croc decides it is time to feed. Croc is like a cat. It attacks before the food is put in its bowl. What about Judd? Surely he has no foot right now. Really makes you wonder if it had been Arnold who showed up, if there'd be any cocaine in there. Well, Judd must be on something because he goes nuts, beating the wife and tying her up. The daughter flees to under the motel where she hides. While Libby has dinner with the sheriff, Harvey goes back to book them some accommodations. Bad timing on his part as Judd takes him out and that croc is still fucking hungry. Beast is eating better than me at a buffet when it's steak time. Who else is going to die before this film ends? Oh, hi, Buck. He's here with a fling, but when he begins to hear noises, he heads out to the porch and leans over the broken railing, where a known crocodile is. Ironic. He's been trying to pound ass this entire time, and now his ass is being eaten. Well, the last free cast member shows up. It's Libby, and she's arrived just in time to free Faye and get attacked by Judd. He pursues him downstairs where he brutally attacks Faye. Libby takes advantage and runs. Meanwhile, Angie is trying to climb the croc enclosure. Faye takes a fall, Angie gets stuck, and Libby tries to save her. Everyone is having bad rolls of the dice right now, but what's this? Faye is back up, and she manages to hobble her way to Judd and flip him over the railing. And now the Gator has one final feast. All that's left is a wooden leg. And if there was cocaine, then I look forward to Cocaine Croc. That may actually be a thing already. It's probably called Crack Croc. So that was Legend of the Bayou, or Eaten Alive, or Man-Eater, or Starlight Slaughter, or Horror Hotel, or Horror Hotel Massacre, or Murder on the Bayou. Why are there so many names for this film? Could make a man go mad as Judd. Well, the film was made on a budget of $520,000. The film was largely panned upon release and has the distinction of being one of the first video nasties over in the UK. Legend of the Bayou would be pulled from retail shelves. A re-release would happen on VHS in 1992. However, the BBFC edited out about 25 seconds from the original work. In 2000, it was re-released on DVD, uncut. That said, Japan actually got a more graphic version, at least according to England. His two sex scenes had more hardcore shots added in, but were not performed by the original actors. While the original premiere was a limited theatrical release in the USA during October 1967, in recent years the film has been shown off at various film fests. October 1st, 2022 saw Canada getting a digital release. This film was done on a soundstage with the intention of giving it a surrealistic Twilight World atmosphere, and I'll say that occasional moments did achieve this. I mean, the film's no Suspiria. The crocodile had two models, a 3-foot puppet for miniature scenes under the motel. However, for scenes of it in the water, there was a huge 16 to 17 foot long mechanical model of a Nile crocodile. Being left in the water, however, it would often blow it up and require the crew to dry it out, prolonging filming. Said filming was rather difficult for Hooper, who clashed with studio execs and at one point walked off. That said, he didn't have any trouble with the crew. The character of Judd and the story as a whole was loosely inspired by real-life killer Joe Ball, also known as Bluebeard from the South, Texas, and the Alligator Man. In the 1930s, Ball owned a bar with a live gator attraction, located in Elmendorf, Texas. He would kill several women there. While it's speculated he fed them to the gators, no human remains were ever found in the pit. When cops went to arrest Ball, he would commit suicide in his bar, September 24th, 1938. Unlike the movie, his gator did not eat him. I didn't have anything to transition, so yeah, that was the film. Well, it's seedy. If you go into this film, you need to be aware of that. That said, this is a Tobe Hooper property, so you're more than likely aware of his style. The film can at times be rather interesting. The soundstage does manage to have this odd, surreal moment here and there, and the whole set just looks great. Despite us not seeing much, it is effective. While I love spending time at the location, the characters come and go like a red wedding. It can start to feel like there's no main character to focus on. I suppose in that regard, Judd is the main character, but we don't really learn much past he's a psychotic killer with a giant Nile crocodile. And while that's great, I don't exactly think that's going to win you anyone on a dating profile. At least he's well acted and honestly is a highlight of the film. While not as memorable as Leatherface, he still managed to be the burst of energy this film needed, which can become rather slow in between kills. The crocodile looked great, however, and well limited, and sometimes it became very obviously a prop. It still managed to work. With what Hooper is trying to do with the set, I do wish the croc got shown with a little more of that surreal vision. It's pretty much just a crocodile and some water. It doesn't really go anywhere, and its kills are restricted to that porch. Still, if you want something strange and seedy, this is a good film to pop in. I don't really care to see it again, but I can understand why it has a cult audience. I do wish we learned just what the hell was going on with the family. It seemed like they walked in from their own horror film, just get stuck in this one. Check this film out if you want a little more crazed killer in your croc film. Otherwise, stay out of the bayou.
Sir, that thing is dangerous. Now, it attacked my child. I'm going to see to it that I destroy it, and I would advise you not to interfere.